Welcome everybody to Generation Dan, the only podcast where you will submit to the word of the Dan. You will submit and cut off your entire family. I'm Atlas Novak. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
Okay.
I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel, and I recently learned that the difference between religion and a cult is time in service and amount of membership. That's my funny fact for the day.
That's interesting.
With it's really weird, I'll tell you that. And our returning guest, the ever eventful and hilarious Amy Jaroon. Hi, Amy. How's it going?
I'm well. How are you guys doing today?
I mean,
Good? Yeah.
ramping up for quite the conversation, I'll tell you that. this is the thing, is that I early on hated people in my life, and I realized that that's a very reasonable thing. Up in the Stars says hi up in the Stars, and hi Victoria. But like that was, so I was like, we're just gonna start right deep into it because Amy has a juicy story. We get the boring stuff out of the way in the beginning. So I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, but I was it was different for me. So like, even there were times when we were like, hey, we're gonna go hang out with those kids, and my dad's like, no, you're not. Those guys are weird. And that was the thing, is like, my dad had a thirst for a relationship with God. That was his big thing. But he was like, also, don't be crazy. Like that was his, like, some people are a little bit nuts, and I think they're everywhere. But that was the thing, whereas I was like, oh no, as soon as you cross certain boundaries, and I left under bad, horrible circumstances, and I'm like, oh, on a silver platter, here, just kick me out. They're like, well, if you say you're sorry, I'm like, I'm not sorry for anything. And they're like, 4 hours, me and 3 men who were just trying to get me to say that I felt bad about my choice of my actions. And I'm like, not a bit. And I was like, you have no idea how just crazy I am, that I'm like, no. You think you're crazy? No, I'm crazy. And I will show you how crazy I am. And I've been 4 hours. Yeah, no, it was, I think you should feel sorry. No, I don't. I'm like, I've made a decision. I'm not. That's the problem. My father gave me principles, morals, and stubbornness that, God himself would be like, I'd say no, but God, you're not going to leave. And I'm like, I won't. I'm getting in.
That Greek stubbornness is what got Odysseus back to Ithaca after 20 years of being away. Like,
listen, if you stop before the end, you suffered for nothing. It's a very reasonable principle. Okay. If you stop in the middle, it's for all this was for nothing. This is just wasted fucking time. Right. So that's also too, like, I've had other people who have tried to encourage me to come to their church. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I love to come to church. I'm like, everyone knows you go to church and you feel all nice and you're like, God loves me. He loves everybody, apparently, and that's a good feeling, right? That's that unconditional love. And then people go like, peace be with you. And you're like, what kind of fucking person says that to somebody? You're like, peace be with what am I, fucking night in the fucking get the fuck out of here, bro. You weirdo. Don't shake my hand. I don't know what did you wash your hands when you peed? You touched your wiener, didn't you? I'm like, I'm not interested. Not interested.
The funniest part about like going to religious services with my wife's family, who is like very Catholic, her whole family. I technically Jewish, half Jewish. Like, we did Hanukkah and Passover growing up, but also at a Christmas tree. Like, I'm the worst Jew ever. However, when I go to these religious services, they introduce me as like, this is Katie's Jewish husband. And then they look at me like I'm some sort of oddity. And I'm like, sure, why not? It's a very interesting experience always. They're like, do you know what this is? I'm like, yes, it's a communion wafer. Thank you.
I think you should, when they introduce you as a Jew, you should pull out like a little flute and play a song just to fuck with them. That's the song of the Jew. Just embrace it. Be like, yeah, that's fine. Bro, they're gonna be. Hey, it's gonna be so weird. Hold on, I feel out of place as a Muslim right now, and watching Christians live talking about.
Hold on. Okay, I'm Buddhist. I'm Buddhist. I went to Catholic school, and I've dated, a Christian. And then every other man I've dated was always half Jewish, just never full, but always half Jewish. And I will tell you, and I know how Atlas feels because my ex's mom didn't understand that buying me things with Buddha images on it was insulting. She's like, well, you're Buddhist.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, it is my religion, not my hobby. And she says, well, I don't understand your religion. I'm converted from being Jewish to being Christian. That's like me wearing the Star of David earrings, like, because I think they're pretty.
Yeah.
Like, no, you Jewish people don't do that. Like, that's my sacred, like, idol. Like, this is somebody that I pray to, or at least not pray to, but, pray with. It's the part of Buddhism I'm from. So it's interesting that people don't understand other religions. Or like, you understand that's not okay in your religion. Why are you doing this to somebody else's in their religion? I'm not walking around with Jesus as my homeboy t-shirt, although I would like one. I'm not going to do it out of respect for your religion.
It kind of reminds me of like when you're a kid and the adults in your life kind of prescribe you with a thing that they get you, like, okay, you liked trains when you were little, so we're getting you train things until you're 27. Right. For me, it's wiener dogs. Everyone gets me like a wiener dog thing if they don't know what to get me. Like, oh, here's a wiener dog t-shirt or undies or socks or a little figurine or whatever. That would be a cool t-shirt.
That would be.
They have those. The Jesus is my homeboy t-shirts. They're a thing.
Yeah. They are always inappropriate. They're great. They're great.
Oh yeah.
The Jesus on the t-shirt needs to be swole. Yeah, like just jacked Jesus. And he's like, hey, like just a full. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I could have taken on the Romans by myself, but I didn't because I'm the Lord.
Yeah. By choice. And then he flicks his hair, just like
No. I want the. Do you even walk on water, bro?
Wait, is that a real one? I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, no, I want one. one.
There's that's the thing is like it's hilarious. I actually saw a TikTok about this today where it's like, like there are only certain religions that you can joke about, and I'm like, nope. You just have to. There are a lot more consequences with some religions than there are with others. That's it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But that's,
Jews, for example, are like, we make fun of ourselves. Join in.
I mean, listen, listen. If you, I feel like if you can't laugh about yourself, who hurt you? Talk to somebody. Just to, you have to. Like, I have like if I see someone fall down, I laugh very hard. Okay, it is embarrassingly hard because I like watching people fall down. It's and when they get hurt, it's funnier. Okay. I try and be nice. If they're really hurt, it's very funny. I have a whole bit about a fat person who fell downstairs and couldn't get up like a turtle. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Okay. And my wife said I'm going to hell for it. I'm completely okay with that. Okay. But
remind me never to bring my son around you.
Oh, bro. Yeah. It's I won't trip him, but like I'll watch. I'll wait for it. I'll set up obstacles. Like just like I'll be like, hey, has he tried hurdles? I don't know. Maybe there's little ones. Just a little. See if he can do a little hop.
He's just gonna Home Alone that shit. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Hey, he doesn't have to go up the stairs. I encouraged it, but he doesn't. He has his own free will. But like that's the weird part about it all, right? Is everybody is so uncomfortable when somebody falls, and I'm like, no, it's the greatest thing ever. When I fall myself, I laugh. The only time I didn't, and my wife noticed, was when I fell and I cracked a rib because I was like, oh, this is bad. I can't breathe. And then she was like, that's the first time I've seen you fall and not laugh. And I'm like, because I got hurt. I got hurt bad, really bad. So yeah, it was wild. But hey, so Amy, tell us this story. I need as much detail as you're comfortable with because it's you're so adjacent, just right, like just you're right there that
Okay.
For people wondering where this came from, after the last episode we had Amy on, we were like planning the next one she was going to come on, and I'm like, do you have any ideas? She's like, oh, I know what I want to talk about. Like, we've been waiting for this for months, so go.
I could. It's through text message, but I could feel Atlas just like foaming at the mouth of like, we're 100%. Talk about this. I want to hear about.
I must find out. Yeah.
So let me start by saying, so my older sister is a spiritual life coach and spiritual counselor, and she does this for a living. And I pictures of her going on a retreat with a bunch of women, and they're all lined up in the row. All the women are wearing white dresses. My sister's the only one wearing a white dress and a red kind of cardigan. She's in the center, and everybody is staring up at the sky. And then another picture is they're staring all at her. And I just looked at it like, oh, good God, my sister started a cult. So
for people who didn't see the thumbnail, for whatever reason, it's going to be the thumbnail of the episode, but it looks like either a cult or like the worst bridesmaids picture ever, because it's like, okay, I want all my bridesmaids to wear white, and I'll be in white too, but I'll wear a red cardigan, so you know that I'm the bride. Like,
listen, also too, you like that thumbnail. What it should be is the one picture that's head on, right? And then like a faded version of them from the side up on top, like in the sky. It's very, you can,
Oh, we gotta do that. That's the one.
Super cult.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's so like you look and you're like, hey, none of you guys are okay. Like, what's going on here? Like, this is whoever was taking a picture was like,
shoot Santa Claus, isn't she?
This is. Hey, that's someone who the photographer was like, hey, I need to get paid cash and I gotta go. Okay, no contact after this. I'm out. Okay.
So it's, let me preface it by saying, she does these spiritual retreats. They do like the sound bath, they do meditation, they do all of that. So I was excited because if my sister started a cult, that means she's the leader. That means she gets money. That means she will become famous. I get to sell the tell-all, and then I will be rich by proxy. And that was cool.
100%. That's listen. Yeah. If you can't use your family suffering to make a buck, why bother? Like, what are we suffering for? It's got to be. Come on.
That is the best like fun fact ever. Like, hey, so my 2 truths and a lie is I love to ski. I've been to 4 countries, and my sister started a cult. And they're like, it's the cult one, right? Nope.
No. Been to 8 countries. That's pretty just that's fine. It's like how
I'll tell you how it happened.
Okay, let's see. Well.
So she wanted to go to school for religious studies. So my mom suggested to her to go to a Buddhist monastery and learn about her own religion, because she wanted to learn more about Christianity, God, and other religions. She's like, you never actually gave your religion a shot. Why don't you learn about your religion first? And she's like, you know what? That's a really good point, Mom. This is what I grew up with, but I don't know the full extent of it. So normal people will just go to the monastery, learn, observe. No, my sister did the full thing. So for a Buddhist nun, she had to wear white and shave her head. So right out of high school, my sister was in a Buddhist monastery. She did the whole ceremony and stayed there for months. She even came to my high school to do a lecture in my class. And I told this to my math teacher. Now, my math teacher and I are really like, we're good buddies at this point. And he had my older sister. He's like, there's nothing that ties you together except your last name. And I said, she joined a Buddhist monastery. And he looked at me, I'm like, you don't believe me? He's like, nope. She comes to school, and I looked at her, I was like, what'd I tell you? And he just turns bright red. And he's like, you've got to be kidding me. And I was like, yes. So here's why that's really important. My sister started off as the school slut. She was the party girl. She was the one who was out every weekend, getting drunk, sort of thing. She turned it around her junior year, became senior class president, became prom queen, had a better GPA. So she was trying to turn her life around. I was like, oh, good. So I call her Spiritual Sandy. So I'm like, all right, Spiritual Sandy. Like, so now you think you're cooler than me because you party all the time. Now you think you're better than me because you're holier than me. This is great. So that's how I grew up with my sister. So that's why I have no problems selling this bitch out.
What's the age difference between you two?
3 years.
3 years.
3
okay,
years.
So that's between
3 years, and that's
the same age difference between my sister and I, which, like, as the younger sibling, you and I in that equation, it's like just young enough to still be in competition, but enough of a space where it's like they're going to be ahead of me no matter what.
This is okay. So Victoria, first comments, religious studies, and all of it
Religious
like caps and
studies,
things.
yeah.
And you're like, bro, this is the problem. Is like it's very. When studying religion, you have to be very careful with who you associate with and who you're learning from, because when people are like, "Hey, we should do this privately," you're like, "Nope, that's immediately get out." Good morning from Don't Give a Fuck. Good morning. It's never been cute to be a slut. I mean, like, it's cute to certain people, just not long term. What will these losers do with their miserable lives?
It's not cute, it's attractive. Those are two different things. So people are attracted to sluts doesn't mean that they're cute.
Yeah, it's weird. But listen, that's the thing is, like, people who kind of run on attention are very dangerous to society. I think that's the like even like I respect famous actors who are like, I don't go out, I'm not in the tabloids, you can't find me unless you want to. I'm like, I respect that, because he's like, no, I do my thing and then I fuck off to my own life. Like, that's not none of your business, right? But people who are just like, I want to be on every reality TV show, you're like, hey, that's weird. Are you okay? You maybe need to talk to somebody. So anyways, continuing with
so she turns it around senior year.
So she turns around, goes into religious studies. I will say this tidbit before I continue is she used to make me go to Christian church with her, and it was like a Christian rock concert every time we were there. Everybody was singing. It was in this giant hall, and I won't say the name of it because I actually really like the people there. They've always been nice to me. They are always welcoming. Like, I won't say anything bad about them personally. I'm just not a part of your religion. I'm just respectfully. So we're sitting there, and she is my first time there. And the pastor goes, "Oh, everybody knows the story of Deborah." And she's like, "Who's Deborah?" And I'm sitting there and I'm telling her who Deborah is. And the next time he also mentions, "Oh, remember what happened with David and his brothers?" And she's like, "Who's David?" So I was like, okay. And I told her all this. And then finally she had enough of it. She's like, "Amy, why do you know so many stories about the Bible?" I said, "When I was a kid, we were the only Buddhists in a school full of Christians. And somebody told me that I was bad for not being Christian. So we had cable. I used to watch Superbook to try to understand Christianity." And she looked at me, gobsmacked. She said, "Are you telling me that you're a better Christian because of a cartoon?" And I said, "Yes." And that made me feel so good about myself, because she is trying to catch up, and here I am just not giving any sort of damn about this. I just go in, I listen, like, oh, that's a really good lesson, and I just go about my life. But in the past couple of years, somebody told me something about my sister. We stopped talking for personal reasons I'll tell you guys about later. And they told me that she got into a group. I'm like, what do you mean she got into a group? Like, well, they got her through her emotions. They like her trauma. So now she's a part of this group, and they're trying to recruit other people. They, take health supplements, and they're doing, all the spiritual things she does. It's a social network group. And I said, did my sister fall into a pyramid scheme? And they're like, yep. I was like, so she went from being the cult leader to the cult follower. It's like, yeah. I'm like, God damn it. Ruined my plans. I'm so mad. I was more mad about her losing her status. I mean, she still has her practice and her spiritual life coach and all that. If any of you want to take that up, feel free to hit me up. I'll show it to you. Not a problem. I'm not going to take, here's the thing. As much as I'm making fun of it because I'm a comedian, if this person brings you peace and they're not harming you, go for it. This is your choice. This is the person you want to follow. You're not hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody. That's fine. I will let you go do that. But in my head, I'm thinking, how does somebody fall into that? How easy is it to be so manipulated that you become a follower? And sure enough, whatever deity or life experience or someone says spirit, Dave was like, hey, remember this one time we did this with you? I'm like, oh, damn. Okay, so now on to the good part. So
Hold on. Before you continue, we just got to hit the comments here. My friend said he stopped going to church because they gave him side eye for being late all the time. I would give him side eye for being late all the time, just to be very clear.
Yeah.
Just I want to be very. Also, Amy, may I ask your ethnicity? That is one of the comments. There you go. Your sister story. My wife said your sister story sounds like a Reddit story, which is 100%. And Don't Give a Fuck says hi, Victoria. Hi, Victoria. Atlas is losing his cool summer guy edge to the school year slowly approaching.
I'm gonna say that I lost the cool summer guy edge when I got the epically horrible sunburn that I talked about on last week's episode. So, yeah, that's done. Continue.
That's right. And hi back. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Back to the story. Yes.
So for those who don't know, my day job is I am a wine, craft beer, and spirit specialist. I am the product specialist of a company. You come in, you ask for recommendations, I give you recommendations. So I'm helping this one couple wines, and they love me. They ask me to pick out wines from all the time now, and then they send their friends like, go look for Amy. She'll know how to help you. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I don't think anything of it other than they're just nice people. They like to drink wine. And a few years go by and I've gotten to know them. I've gotten to know their friends. And they said, hey, our friend is throwing an anniversary party for her husband. And you know a lot of us here. You picked out a lot of the wines. Do you want to come to this party? I was like, no, I don't want to intrude. This is not my party. So the woman who was throwing the party, she's like, no. I asked them to invite you. I'm so sorry. I've just been so busy. I would have reached out to you. I was like, okay. I was like, did you want me to pour wine for you? Did you want me to host? Because I do that as well. No. We want you there as a guest. Like, we like you. We like having you around. We want to get to know you outside of your work. I said, all right, that's fine. They're like, yeah, bring the boyfriend. Like, cool. So I bring my boyfriend and it's a sea of couples in there. And there's only one gay couple. And I will tell you why that stood out to me, because everybody else was kind of dressed similarly with each other, because it's a party, you're dressed up. So women were all in dresses, men were all in suits. I didn't know there was a color theme. So everyone was in this color theme except for me. And they're like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We just want to have you here. And the only people not in the color theme were two other couples, and one of them was the gay couple. So I'm talking to everybody. And people love my boyfriend because he does magic tricks. He also works in the entertainment industry. So they're really buttering him up and they make him feel like really good about being there. So we sit and we start talking, and they focus on the couple, like, many happy returns. Love that you came, that you were here for this long. Everybody bowed their head and prayed. I was like, okay, everyone here is just religious. I don't mind. So it got strange when people started doing these like speeches and dedications to this couple. And I sat there, I was like, I mean, there's tributes, and I've been to like tributes before, but this seemed a little more religious as a tribute, like where like I would hear buzzwords, I would hear things. I was like, that's a runic word, or that's an ancient word. I haven't heard that in years. So I was sitting there, and then there's a band that came out and they were singing to the couple like they were the second coming of Jesus. And that's when it hit me, when they started singing to them like, we're praising you. I grabbed my boyfriend and I whispered in his ear, I think we're in a cult. And his eye open, you can hear the glass shatter in his head. He goes, oh my God, this is absolutely a cult. And I said, my bad? And he's like, no, it's fine. I have questions. I was like, do not ask people questions. They're going to think we're interested. Leave. So I said to them, I said, look, we've had some wine. I have a far ways to drive. We want to get on the freeway before it gets dangerous. So, absolutely. We told us that we need to get home safe. So good to see you. And everybody starts dancing. And I'm like working my way out, going to the car, push my boyfriend in the passenger seat. And I drove. And I said, what is wrong with you? He's like, I'm interested in this. I want to know how people get into this. I'm like, you just experienced this in real life. That's how people get into it. Okay. They talk about the things that you do that you like, and you have camaraderie, and then they gain your trust. And that's how you get in with them. Like, oh, these people are nice. Nothing bad's happening to me. And it keeps happening until you're deep in it. And then when something bad happens, you explain it away because of all the other good experiences that you had. So you keep going along with it until you're in too deep, they know all your information, and you're just stuck there. But the one thing I will say, though, is as long as I've known them and the years that I've been like talking to them, they have never once asked me to join, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
So I just tell people I'm a wine expert for a cult. And I say this at parties with my friends, and I explain that to them. They're like, no, you really are. I'm like, yeah, they are the nicest people. I will never talk about them ill other than this is what they believe in, and I respect this is what you believe in. You're not hurting anybody. You certainly didn't hurt me. You let me leave on my own free will. So thank you for that. But yeah, so this is how I am now the wine expert for a cult.
That's fair. Don't give a fuck ass. So are you a sommelier or just an expert? Like, how does it work?
Yes. So I am, I did my certification with the Court of Master Sommelier. I am a master sommelier. That's slow going because I have a life, and I don't want to sit at home trying to figure out what the wine is quite yet. I will dedicate time for that, but for right now, I just want to be able to enjoy wine and not try to analyze it because I will lose all enjoyment and I will just fail miserably overthinking. So yes, in short, yes, I'm a sommelier. I'm not where the movies have it, where you can take something and, oh, this is this wine from this thing and this thing. I can tell you what generally, I can tell you approximately what country it's from, the year. I'm getting closer to being able to identify yours.
I mean, cool. Listen, there is nothing wrong with being good at something. And like, honestly, there's always something cool about being able to tell that kind of stuff, you know, like it's very cool. Like even I've started reading just the little blurbs and I'm like, okay, I'm like fruity, they're dry. I'm like, no, I don't like that. I like this. I like this. Okay. And you know, you figure it out, but you learn, right? I have made bad decisions with wine. I got one wine tasted like shit. And everyone made fun of me. And I'm like, I had a cool bottle that I could taste like shit. I'm like, it does taste like shit, but it's fine.
Do you think people would figure out that Amy was a sommelier by the username at the bottom of the screen? And for people listening, it's Amy Drinks for Work.
Yeah.
They just probably think I'm a party girl that I go to like and I set up booths and things, but no, that's not who I am.
Nope, that's
Dino once thought he has this is a horrible joke.
What is Joey doing?
Dino once thought he got tuberculosis from a cruise to the Dominican Republic. Turns out he just hit his head on the pool table. That doesn't even make sense, Joey. You're better than that. Dino wants to be butter up, but you like using oil? That's how dare you. Amy, is Franzia considered ghetto to you?
I will give you my professional answer, which is I will never tell you what you should drink. My job is to find out what you like and give you what you like. That is my goal. I am a matchmaker between the person and the wine. However, will I drink Franzia? Yes, I have. There was a girl in a Halloween party dressed as a Franzia box, and we were doing drinks out of her box, like literal box, not her figurative box. So
awesome. Hey, regardless, fantastic.
Yeah, so that was our cake stand for the night, was drinking wine out, and she had multiple bags. I'm like, you really prepped for this. So she definitely won costume of the night because we were all just getting drunk at that point. So it serves a purpose, and a lot of those purposes are either to get drunk really quickly, really cheaply. And I know a lot of chefs that like to use box wines when they're cooking because it actually preserves the wine longer, being in a sealed bag versus opening a bottle and having it get oxidized over time.
Those are all she says perfect answer. Victoria says, I originally thought you had a secret drawer with hard liquor at work.
Um, the answer
That
is
would be Amy. Amy drinks at work, not Amy drinks for work.
so let me preface, it's not in my desk, it's in the trunk of my car. I go out there during lunch and I will take a shot. I was gonna say no, I've never done. No, I have done that. I don't do it often, but I have done that.
We've all had those days.
Weapons
Yeah, the John Wick
concierge of
weapons
alcohol.
concierge of alcohol. That's 100%. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
She's a sommelier. It's listen. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to find a solution to what you want. I've always thought that. Oh well, what do you normally drink? I drink this. Oh, I can make something that's something like that that might zhuzh things up for you. It's very
Yes.
reasonable. If it's like if you ask a jewelry person which looks better on me, and they'll say all of them. Yeah, well, yeah, it's jewelry. It's sparkly. Yeah, they all look good, But it's what do you like, and that it goes from there.
My only interaction with a jeweler was earlier this year. One of my seniors, he's a senior, put on a ring of one of his classmates that was too small for him. And then he spent the entirety of second period running between my room and my neighbor's room looking for dental floss to like put under the ring so he could pull it off as his finger like swelled bigger and bigger. And then what happened, like I just sent him to the nurse. I'm like, fucking do something. They had to call one of the students' parents who was a jeweler to come in and cut the ring off him.
Oh,
He's a senior. Oh my God. Okay.
I hope his
So
parents have money because he's not going places by himself.
Oh, yeah.
That's- yeah.
well, you would think that, but let me tell you about my ex-boyfriend and how he will easily fall into a cult.
Okay.
So he's from upstate New York, and he at Jewish
Strike
school.
one.
He went to Jewish school for 6 years. He actually went to a normal high school, thank goodness, so they could acclimate him to normal life. So we went to Mexico one time, and he went to the counter and they were selling him on things like, oh, you know what, you should go to this resort and you can have massages for this much. We'll come pick you up at your place and take you over there. And I was like, why can't we just get massages at the resort we're staying at? And we found out there wasn't any. I was like, oh, okay, sure, let's just go do that. So we go to the resort, we sit down, waiter comes in and puts shots in front of us, and he's like, oh, cool, shot. And I grabbed him, I said, do not take a shot in another country without asking what's in it first.
Yeah.
That's your
And he's like, right. So I was like, have you not watched The Hangover? Oh, so I called the waiter over and I asked him very politely, I was like, thank you for the shots. What are they? He's like, oh, the couple over there just got married. They said for every person who walks in, we're buying them a shot of Fireball. I'm like, okay, you cheap bastards. Number one, but also it was Fireball. So I'm like, okay, Fireball is safe. I know what Fireball is. It's not going to do anything for us.
No.
But so we go to this like resort, and he's not trusting because the guy said, I'm going to come pick you up myself. And they sent us a shuttle. And he's like, and he freaks out. So we go there, and it ended up being a timeshare presentation. And we're like, God damn it. And he's like, I was like, yeah, because here's the problem. We were already there because of a timeshare presentation. Like, that's how we got the trip. I'm like, so we have to sit through 2 timeshare presentations. And what almost got him was where the beach we were. The resort was on the same beach where they shot Planet of the Apes, the ending of the very first one.
You blow it up.
Yeah, I'd fall for that too. I'd fall for that.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my God, Amy, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. We're at the place. Oh my God, we can actually spend time here. And I looked at him and I said, no, you're not. And they kept trying to go down. And I was like, first of all, nobody said anything about a presentation. They said massages on the beach. Can we please just have our massages on the beach? Well, I was like, ma'am, let me stop you there. I'm in sales. I am a wine spirit specialist. She's like, so am I. She starts laughing. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that joke 1,000 times before. And she did not appreciate me just being blunt. I was like, whatever you have to sell us, I'm going to save you time and just say, no, thank you. That's all. And she looked pissed too. Like I wasted her time. I'm like, no, you wasted my time because you didn't tell us what this was. Like if you told us upfront, we would have politely declined, and none of this would have happened. But you're trying to sucker me in, which makes me believe that there's something nefarious about this. And she looked at me surprised, like, you said the word nefarious. I'm like, yes, I know what that means. I'm smart. Like if I hasn't figured that out yet, I'm a level of smart where whatever amount you give me is not the amount that I will actually spend on a vacation if I save the money myself. So please let us go be on our way, and I will leave you a good review. And she's like, okay. So we go, we get massages on the beaches, and we leave, and I'm in the car with him. I said, see, this is why your parents feel life. This is why your parents ask you where you're going and if I'm going with you, because they know if I go with you, you will come back home alive and well. If we leave you alone, you will run away with monkeys. And the reason why I specifically said that was because I took him to Thailand with me so he can go see the city that's overrun by monkeys. And the first words out of his mouth were, I want to live here. I called his dad and I said, hey, your son might run away to live with monkeys. I'm so sorry. And he texted me back, I knew he'd find his family eventually. So so it was fine. He came back home to the US, and to this day he says that is his favorite thing of all time is I took him to go be with monkeys.
I mean, it's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck says that's just finesse, to be honest. Amy the wine plug, 100%.
Yeah.
You'd look good in a Cuban chain. My neck is 19 and a half inches, so I've never had a chain ever. Atlas, you'd look good in a Cuban too. And I would trust you at my event, Amy. 100%. You know what, Amy? That's the thing is you always are like, hey, that shit's not safe. And you're like, that's a very reasonable thing. You're like, don't take random shots from people. No, you really shouldn't. That's like
that actually came with a real life experience where I was in my early 20s. I ordered a double scotch, and thank God that I'm a specialist, so I know what my scotch is supposed to taste like. I stepped away to use the restroom, and I took a drink. I was like, this doesn't taste right, but maybe it's just, oxidized or whatever. I'm like, no, this really doesn't taste right. But, I paid for it, whatever. I downed it, and I look in the corner. I see these two guys like kind of huddled and staring at me, and they stared really intently. And I said, fuck, I think they dosed my drink. So I asked the bartender for like a lot of water. So I drank water and my vision started getting fuzzy immediately. So I ran to the bathroom and I started throwing everything up. I grabbed my roommate. I said, you need to drive us home. I think I just got roofied. And sure enough, as soon as I got home, I blacked out. And so that was my bad for leaving my drink unattended, because I was with a group. So I thought my group would, have my back. But I completely forgot, like, rule number 1, take your drink everywhere you go. I don't give a damn if it's in the bathroom with me. I will get a coaster. I will carry that thing in with me, because after that, it was so scary. So I'm very careful about people like, hey, please don't take drinks from strangers. If they want to offer you a drink, offer to go with them. Watch the bartender make that goddamn drink for you. Because sometimes bartenders also get tipped out to like put something in your drink. I know the horror stories about it because I'm in the industry. I know people who are in jail for it because they let like a couple of $100. Like, dude, why are you risking that? And also, fuck you for doing that, because you just put somebody's life in danger over a couple of $100. Are you serious right now? So lesson for the day, kids. Do not take anything from strangers. Remember Snow White and the evil queen with the apple? Yes, it was a really pretty apple, but you turned that bitch down. Okay. So
it's always a pretty apple. I just want everybody to know it's always a pretty apple. It's never, nobody's going to entice you with an ugly apple. No, the perfect apple you've always dreamed of. Don't give us, oh, hell no. Glad you're okay. Also, hey, Amy, have you ever done a gay wedding? Just curious.
I've actually been to a gay wedding, and this is an even better story. So the guy,
tried to turn her gay.
So my sister told me that one of her friends from high school wanted to meet us at a bar called Rage in West Hollywood. And I said, oh, he's gay? And she goes, why did you say that? I was like, because you said Rage in West Hollywood. And she's like, oh, I didn't realize he was gay. I was like, I know you did it because you actually dated him in high school. So I like to joke that my sister turned this man gay, but I found out he had a girlfriend after my sister. I was like, damn it. I had that over her head for years. So him and I actually became friends over the years, and I was invited to his wedding, and it was my first and only gay wedding. I was very happy to be there. I did give them wine for their wedding. It was a morning wedding, so it was just mimosas. And the best thing about that wedding was knowing when to not try to get into the center of a dance floor full of gay men when Madonna is playing. You sit your ass
No,
down.
you can't be
and let-
doing that.
and let the professionals do their job, okay? My job is here, your glasses, they are now full. Continue dancing on the floor. That is what I'm here for.
I want everyone to know that I've been, people have tried to pull me into that crowd, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm with a lady. I don't. Please stop. Don't. Yeah, that's fair. Exactly where women get kicked out of it. That's wild. Yeah.
You should totally do a PSA and we turn that bitch down as the head. Okay, wait. And do you think you can like improvise that PSA and I can clip it and
Hey, all you have to do at the end of the PSA, you just say clip it, and it will clip it.
I have to credit where I actually got it from. So there's a very obscure show that came out years ago, and it was created and produced by Chelsea Handler. And it was supposed to be like kind of biographical or autobiographical, whatever the term is for that. The lead actress that was supposed to play her, or that played her, was Donna from that 70s show, Laura Prepon. And she had a very
show t-shirt.
Yes. So she had a roommate that was like caring for a bird that hurt its wing, and she whistled to it, and the bird came over and flew into her hand. And Laura Prepon says to her, "Hey, if there's an old lady that offers you an apple, you turn that bitch down."
Yeah.
So I have been using that line ever since. So I pay credit where credit's due. That is the writing of Chelsea Handler.
Nice. Okay.
Fantastic. What about bartender thieves like phones or cash, bro? Anyone's got sticky fingers needs a finger chopped off.
No one's ever tried to steal from me while I did a bartending gig. I did one recently at an after hours where you didn't pay me, so I wasn't illegally serving you. So I need to preface that. I was at a party to be there, and you weren't paying for drinks, so there was no money exchange.
Yep.
But if you wanted to give me a tip for my presence, you were more than welcome to. So one guy was there, and he's like, "I need you to make my drink strong. I want to get messed up tonight. And he kept barking those orders at me, not even a please, not even a thank you. I was like, you keep telling me to do things for you. The least you could do is give me a tip. He's like, "Why should I? Like, I brought all these people." I'm like, "Yeah, they're all tipping me, but you're not." And he's like, "Do you know who I am?" I was like, "You're the guy who's not tipping me, asking me to get him messed up right now." And this guy name drops for the ages. And he's like, "My aunt and uncle started Dolce & Gabbana." I'm like, "Haha, whatever, dude." So I start yelling at him in Italian. And he's like, "You speak Italian?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why do you speak Italian?" I'm like, what, you don't? And he starts speaking it back to me. And I was like, "How many people in Los Angeles have you met speak Italian?" And he's like, "No one does." Immediately respected me. And he's like, grabs this guy and he goes, "Hey, give her money." And this guy literally reaches into his wallet, puts $5 in my tip jar, and walks away just because he told him to. And I had to act like I wasn't impressed. And it was so hard. So the person who was hosting, I was like, "Hey, who's this dickhead over here?" And he's like, "Oh God, he's related to the Dolce & Gabbana fat family, and he just thinks he's hot shit."
Of course, yeah.
So I called him Gabbana the Hutt.
Perfect. Yeah.
So that's like, so when I say, like, I get myself in these scenarios, I don't do things for the plot. I do things and the plot happens to me. Even if I stay home and do nothing, the plot happens to me. And I hate it. And it's great now as a comedian. It's great. Yes. It's great for this podcast because Atlas and Dino apparently keep asking me on because I keep telling them these stories.
100%. 100%. Absolutely factual.
That might be the episode title. The plot keeps happening to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have people tipped you in alcohol or food? What's the craziest non-cash tip you ever got? That I am I feel like someone's just been like, "Here's the keys, just take the car." Like that.
Yeah.
You live a crazy life, Amy. Just be honest.
Dino's partly not wrong. So,
it's my curse. It's my curse.
So, I've been tipped in hatch green chili tamales. I have been tipped with sticky rice and mango for food.
Ooh,
all delicious things, by the way.
Yeah.
I have been tipped with a weekend at a Porsche race car convention at Laguna Seca in Monterey. So one of my customers is a Porsche race car driver, or like, semi-retired. He deals with Porsche parts, and he had a little booth at this thing called Rent Sport. So it's a reunion, and it's also an exhibition of Porsche cars. He's like, "Hey, do you want to come up for the weekend? I'll take care of your ticket. Just take care of your own hotel." I was like, "That's cool. I'll do that." So I go, and I'm sitting here like watching all these people like fawn over Porsche cars, and I didn't realize how big of a place it was. And then I saw Dwayne Wade sitting on a Porsche tractor in this like flower jacket.
Amazing.
So I thought I was hallucinating because it was 9:00 in the morning. I'd been up since 6, and I had whiskey in my coffee. No shame, I'm telling you all that. Yeah. And I was like, am I already drunk, or is Dwayne Wade sitting on a tractor in a flower jacket? I have pictures of it. It was him. I forgot he is a spokesperson for Porsche. He's done commercials for Porsche. That's why he was there. But when I say I got tipped, I got to be in the pit where the race cars were getting their tires changed. I got to be in these all access places. I got to see if you're familiar with like Gran Turismo and like the races. So Laguna Seca has this thing called the corkscrew, where you're going downhill down this curvy path. It's so steep that when you're going down, you actually are airborne before you hit the track going down. When you're going that, and you're going down blind. And it is the scariest thing. And I got to see it like a couple 100 feet away, to watch these cars fly over this hill and try to land onto this track. And it was one of the greatest experiences, just because I sell this guy wine. I will take it to his house because he didn't live too far. I'm like, "Sure, I got you covered." And he's like, "Yeah, just come hang out with us." And that night I got to see the Doobie Brothers on stage. I got to hear Michael McDonald sing live, and he does sound like that, by the way. And yeah, that's one of the craziest tips I ever got.
Damn.
Wild. LMAO, Cabana the Hut, also fair. So Amy, may I ask what state you are from? I'm from California.
I'm from California. I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah. I'm the only person from Canada in this place. My Victoria says you attract the shenanigans. That's that. I mean, like, you may have, it's you are, it's I pictured Lombard Street in San Francisco. That's what I said.
That's what it feels like. No, you're absolutely right, because my friends actually say that to me all the time, that if it's improbable, if Amy is around, the likelihood increases. And I'll give you the best story about that, where there's this guy I dated for 3 years, and his best friend and I met, but I knew everyone in his life already. Like, I'd already met his mom and his 2 sisters. And his dad I knew through like working in the healthcare industry. But me and this guy had never met until I started dating his best friend. And every time he went out, he would know somebody who knew me, or something would happen that shouldn't happen to him. Like, we were going to have dinner, and he's like, "Hey, there's this girl I'm trying to avoid who lives there." I'm like, "Dude, we're going to be eating at a restaurant. What are the chances she's going to run into you in this exact restaurant?" Okay. And we're outside on the patio, and I just see him like this. And I was like, "No." And his phone buzzes on the table and says, "Is that you?" From this chick. And he's like, "This is entirely your fault." I'm like, "You know what? I take credit for this one. This was entirely my fault. I am so sorry."
Fantastic.
And the other one really quickly, let's see. I went to Spearmint Rhino, a strip club, because I'm a really good friend, and my friend wanted, quote unquote, to have titties in his face. And he's like, "Before you punch me, I'm saying let's go to a strip club so I could pay for those girls to put their titties in my face." I'm like, "Thank you for clarifying. We will go together." So I go, And every time I go with him, there's this one stripper who likes me. I know guys say that, but no, her and I have conversations with each other. She'll sit next to me, and then in between dances, she'll come back and sit with me. So we started talking. She's like, "Can I ask you what your ethnicity is?" So I'm like, "I'm Thai." Now she is like all of maybe 5 feet tall, blonde hair, blue eyed. Did not expect her to say, "My ex-boyfriend is Thai. Maybe you know him." I said, "We all don't know each other. What do you?" Oh my god. So, but because it's me, she started saying his name, his brother's name. She's like, "Oh, on the weekend they race cars." I said, "You know what? I might not know them, but my cousin might know them." Then she started saying names, and I stopped on a name. I was just like, "Does he work at a sushi restaurant?" And he's like, "Does he smoke weed like a chimney?" And she's like, "Yes." "You know him?" I said, "He had sex with my sister's best friend in high school in Thailand." And she's like, "No way." I was like, and it gets better. My sister took his cousin's virginity. So here's this blonde stripper at a spearmint rhino, and I know somebody that her boyfriend is best friends with from Thailand. Like, this is why I don't do bad things. This is why I don't want to go out, you guys.
You're actively under surveillance. You're actively under surveillance. That's basically it.
And and a lot of it is I'm afraid of stuff happening to me, and I'm afraid of stuff my parents finding out. And I will tell you about that story with my other sister, where she was at a mall with her boyfriend. And my mom's friend saw that and related back to my mom that my little sister had a boyfriend. And my sister tried to figure out, like, well, how does she know it was me? And she says to my mom, "She looks just like your husband. I call her Junior because she looks exactly like my father. And there is no way you know that unless you know what my father looks like." So I'm like, holy shit. My mom found out that my little sister in Los Angeles had a new boyfriend from a friend visiting from out of town. So when people say things like, "Oh, no one's going to know," I'm not afraid of the cameras. I'm not afraid of social media. I'm not afraid of you uploading the video because that happened without that. So now that that's introduced, please stop making stupid choices. You're gonna find out. You're gonna get fired. Has the public not taught you anything? Have these stories not taught you anything? And I'm telling you this from a person who didn't get caught on camera, that my life is being exposed to things that I don't want it exposed to.
Hey, camera evidence is one thing, but trusted family friend is a whole other witness, because whatever they say is now reality, whether it happened or not. Yeah, you can't. You're like, it is a hard thing. Don't Give a Fuck says, "Nice, I'm from the Bay Area. Dino, but you're lucky you have poutine readily available. Most people here don't even know what that is or care. That is factual, but I have overindulged. I'm the type to go to the strip club for the wings. I mean, listen, you're not all heroes wear capes. That's to Amy and to Don't Give a Fuck, because honestly, going with dudes, not together, but just is very helpful to the dudes, because when they have girls there, they're like, hey, these girls are willing to go to a strip club for these guys. Says the guys probably aren't murderers, like 50% of the time. And that's a much higher ratio that you want. That's some Hangover, the movie type shit. Oh, 100. Amy lives Definitely. That. You know what? Like, I'm trying to figure out which character you might be. You might be what's his face, the drug dealer, the
Duck?
Maybe. Possibly, because you're just like, this weird shit keeps on happening to me. I'm just doing my job, and like, it's where there's but you're more involved. You're like a returning character. It's very wild. It's very.
I feel like I'm Mr. Chow, but
but not like a bad person. Like, you're the good version of him.
I'm his assistant. I'm Mr. Chow's assistant that just happens to have to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
Like
that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to go get him again. Hey guys, I'll be right back. Oh, he jumped out of the car naked. Cool. Gave you drugs. All right. Oh, you kidnapped somebody. All right.
you ping his location. You're like, send somebody to get him. He's right here. He just jumped out of the car. You're like, that's fine. Is Mr. Chow, oh man, I love him. Amy, do you like Aquafina or is she cringe?
Ooh, here's the thing. Her as a person, I like her. She is being herself. Here's the thing that I hate is that people try to make her something that she's not. That's the part that's cringe. She is from Brooklyn. She has a Brooklyn accent. That's exactly how she grew up. That is her culture.
Yeah.
Do not call like people tell me that I'm so LA. I'm like, I was born and raised here. What else am I supposed to be? That
Same,
she was born
correct. Yeah.
So that's how she is. That's not cringe. You guys are thinking it's cringe because you think that that culture belongs to a certain race. That is a demographic in itself. Wherever you live is a culture. That's what you people need to understand. Where you work is a culture. Where you live is a culture. Where you hang out is a culture. All of those things are different miniature subcultures of a larger pop culture. So for people to like hate on her for that, I actually give the pushback of like, so should I have the Sawadee ka, hello, Aka, my name is Emmy, and today, like, if that's what we're going for here, isn't that cringe for me to have this LA accent?
I want to be clear. That was her impression of a Thai man. That was just very weird.
I actually do that in my stand-up. I actually do that in my stand-up.
You absolutely should.
I don't know. I do. It was a guy like asked me out for drinks and he's like, you don't have an accent. I'm like, yeah, I do have an LA accent. He's like, you don't have a Thai accent. I'm like, what did you expect? And I go into that accent and I said, hello. And everyone starts laughing. I was like, yeah, but every guy in here with yellow fever, I heard all your dicks slam up against the bottom of the table.
God damn.
I'm like, that's the GPS for me.
Hey, that's when you tell him, joke's on you. That was a dude.
No, to continue from that part is I tell people that I'm from Bangkok and there's the appropriate answer and there's an inappropriate answer. The appropriate answer is, oh, that's interesting, or oh, I've always wanted to go to Bangkok. The inappropriate answer is Bangkok and Bangkok Tao. Like there are more polite ways to find out whether or not I have a penis.
Right.
I mean, that's a fair question. Victoria says Aquafina seems like an awesome person to hang out with. I feel that's accurate. To me, like when I say I'm Puerto Rican and they say, where in Mexico is that?
Oh no, I'm Thai, so I'm from Taiwan. So you know that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Listen, I feel like there has to be a new organization in the States that's just trying to teach people that Alaska isn't an island. Just that. That's all. Okay. That little. Hey, everyone in America should know that Alaska is not an island.
It's because they keep deleting Canada off the maps, so it looks like an island when Canada's not there.
They should put Canada and put like a line through it that says "not a part of America." Like just have it there, and just and like have it like, you know how when it's the slash lines but grayed out as well, and then in bright red letters like "not owned by America." But maybe soon in brackets or something like that. I think it's really reasonable. I wish I knew how to do a Chinese accent. I do a better Chinese accent than Victoria. That is factual. That is Victoria was born in the UK though, so she doesn't just do a mediocre Chinese accent. She also does a horrible British accent, which is only comes out during Harry Potter movies, and it is aggressive. And I'm just like, you're a bad person. Question for Atlas.
This is like the third or fourth time I've been on the podcast, and the comments are popping for this one.
Yeah, we're like slowly getting more people, and like it's always interesting.
That's why you're always welcome, Amy. You're just here. Listen, we just want a little bit. We're so you're Chow's assistant. We're the people you come and let us know and be like, this week at work, you guys got to hear this story, and we're like, we're in. We want to know.
Well, so at some point, I do need to start my own podcast because I need to like keep track of all the stories I've told people. So so it's been great, like with you guys having the title. Like I remember telling them this and this. What haven't I told them yet?
And if it's been a long enough time, you get like people who come across it later. There's almost with never does someone go, I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning of this like 200 plus episode podcast. And don't do that.
No, I did.
It's horrible just to annoy you. Thanks.
Nice. No, I did retell the story of backstage at a Def Leppard and Journey concert to my department head because I told him that's where I had wine in a red Solo cup. He's like, That's a story. And he's like, how have I known you for this many years and you've never told me that story? I was like, it never
Don't
came
let it
up.
come up. Yeah,
It-
like you can't be one of those people who's like, did I tell you about that time I was backstage at a No, you can't just do that. It has to kind of organically appear. I said no to that.
He did not wait for anything. He just immediately says, the question was, Atlas, do you call it Gulf of America? Be honest, no judgment. And he was like, no. Like he immediately his whole eyes changed, his eyebrows went up. He was like, no, like just it was, like Hades from the Hercules, where all of a sudden he's like, no, I'm cool. He's just, anyway. So, Amy, where can everyone find and follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Amy Drinks for Work. I also have a second Instagram account called Booze Master General, where I tell stories and videos about random things that happened to me and my mental health journey. But I also have a joke where I ask, how many Asians does it take to park a Tesla? And I actually give you an answer and the story of why the answer is valid.
The answer is 13. No, it's not.
Yeah.
3 Koreans and a tie.
Wonderful.
It's fair. That math works. That's fine.
You can follow the show at Generation Dan wherever fine social medias are found. You can also follow me at Atlas Novak in all those same places, like TikTok or Instagram. You can also check out my other show, Nexus at Night, on YouTube. That's 7 p.m. Pacific on Fridays. And you, good sir.
I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. I am in a weird limbo. I just came back from a trip, so now I'm getting back to. I'm gonna start live streaming, playing video games, and building Lego. Mostly, maybe some cooking. I don't know what's happening in my life. It's very exciting. So tune in and enjoy as the chaos erupts. Not Amy's chaos, less chaos, more normal, an acceptable level of chaos that makes you not feel bad at night. It's good. That's fine.
Yes, less cults, less backstage with Def Leppard.
Yeah, more like let's just watch from here. It's fantastic. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Bye.